What is up, Workbringer here, and today I'm bringing you some Protection Paladin PvP, and in this video I'm going to be running some 2s with this warrior here. And this is the first time I've run with a warrior, and I spent the day just testing different 2s comps in around like the 1100 to about 1300 ranking here. So we're going up against a sneaky hunter, but you'll see that I am very much deleting them. You'll see that I had about 5k burst there and forced the turtle. We are also going up against a resto druid who will be very hard to just kill outright, but we could just CC that man. So currently he's sitting in a repentance, but looks like he's going to come out right now. So we've done some good pressure already, and the hunter has like disappeared, and then he bugs up my nameplates. Plater like won't pick him back up, but oh no, there he is. But what I did there and what you saw was my opener. Really quickly, I can do Avenging Wrath, Seraphim, into Divine Toll, into 2 Hammers of Justice because I'm using the legendary that is best for Prot Paladin in PvP, and it's from Sire Denathrius, and it gives you extra Hammers of Wrath. 1 extra Hammer of Wrath and some extra stacking damage. On top of that, with my Divine Steed talent, you'll see that when I Divine Steed, which lasts a very long time, you see how long that lasted, I knock people in the air, and that throws people off too, as well. So it's kind of like a knockback. And this is a very long match. I didn't realize that. But it's kind of nice because this is, I believe this is the actual first match. You'll see this is Hodge to Repentance, so that's how I slow down casters. We've separated them, but he breaks out of it. It's fine, right? Did he use his trinket? I think so. I think that forced the trinket, right? So you're kind of seeing in this very long 2v2. These are usually much faster. We're just filling out each other's abilities. I'm watching how much DPS he can do. I'm watching how he CCs. And in this video alone, you got to see my opener, my DPS opener, and you also got to see like my main stun, which comes about every minute, which is a long time, but a well-placed Hodge to Repentance, followed by my Avenging Wrath Seraphim burst with my new legendary that I think is at a 220 now. It's going to take 2 more weeks to get a rank 4 version of it. He's reviving his pet, rip. But at least it's rank 3, I believe, so that's not too bad. And that hunter, man, hunters are annoying with the feign death. Like, look at my nameplates. My current nameplates cannot handle that, right? So like I can't even select that hunter right now. So I'll have to see if there's an update to Plater or something for that, but it's not usually an issue. Generally, just like very generally, my job is normally to 1 heal, which has been very... Oh, there's a Convoke the Spirits. Someone told me that if someone's convoking the spirits, if you run closer to them, it actually mitigates some of the damage. We both know not to stand in that Kyrian circle, right? This is a survival hunter. I didn't even realize that until now. But very long and drawn out fight. So you're seeing lots of healing. You're seeing lots of just like, you know, sustain. It's a healer versus DPS. So it does take a little bit longer. But eventually we do win the day. I don't remember how in this case. But it is, again, a good example of my opener, my DPS burst, plus my CC capability and my off heals. That's basically what I'm doing. The games more or less come down to this 1 minute look at the comp. And we're not on voice comms for any of these ones coming up. But I will be for the higher ones that you just have to be. Or it's a great advantage to be. And basically... we want to figure out who we're going to kill and who we're going to CC, right? And it depends on the comp completely. But I would say by default, as Prot Pal, I usually sit on the class that can do healing. If it's that kind of comp, even if it's like a Ret Pal or just any class that has off healing, Balanced Druid, I'll sit on them. And the other, my DPS, it's usually DPS, though we've done some pretty memey ones with like Mistweaver Prot, which is like ridiculous. Not good, but we did win a couple. The DPS will mostly sit on the other one, and then once I can get them separated and do a good CC on the healer, then I'll switch onto the kill target and we'll apply the burst. So that's typically how it goes, and this was a very long drawn out match. I wouldn't say that's typical in about the 1200 range. So another match with the warrior where I think we understand our styles a little bit more, and anyone who plays with the protection paladin should understand that most of the times I'm gonna go hide somewhere and build 5 holy power, because right now, whenever I need to, I can open huge DPS on someone, right? They may not expect that either, so I'm gonna immediately Hodge and force it. Am I gonna go into the opener? We're gonna Queens our friends. There's the DPS right there, and it's not over, right? Still have another judgment. And so that was my opener. So that was like 6k, and I'm pretty sure that forced something. I can't tell what. I probably forced a bubble. Looks like I'm bopping into just one quick flash heal. Probably should have just built holy power, to be honest. Flash heal was probably a mistake. And that's usually what I'll go for some of the times. At the higher MMRs, basically hodging into opener doesn't work, because they're either gonna trinket and bubble, or they're gonna I guess you can actually just bubble. It doesn't normally work. But you saw an attempt there, but it did force some sort of defensive from him. I'm not sure. I will have to get the Omni CD or whatever so I can track the cooldowns of the opponents. But for now, I'm such a beginner and such low MMR that I'm just trying to get like the basics and figure out what comps I like running with. And warrior is definitely viable. We are friends after this, and I'd continue to run 2s. You know, he brings big damage, and just learning more about warrior is good in general. And you go up against a lot of comps, and that's how you learn. But then you also play a lot of different comps, so then you hear like what their strategies are, what their DPS is. So I've got my 5 holy power. I think I tried to Queens him. There we go. So he is immune, and so I'm gonna go full Mongo. You'll see that I popped everything here, and I'm doing my DPS rotation. It's not incredible today, but I do Hodge Repentance the Mage. He's able to blink during that? That's weird. But that was enough pressure from me and the warrior to get the Mage down, and like I said, typically the warrior has a kill target, and I CC the other one, and then apply even more pressure to the kill target, and that was a successful execution of that one. Pretty fun. We're going against Survival and Wind. Was it Windwalker? Yeah, it must be. Windwalker is broken. They are very strong. Very scary. All my comps I play against, they're like, wow, that monk slams. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I have to use my immunities. So, Hodge into Repentance, kind of to freak him out. We'll see that we get opened on by the Hunter. But my warrior's already gotten this monk to 50%, right? So he's going to get Queens, which means he cannot die. If you don't know Queens is Guardian of the Ancient Queens. It's a talent, and it replaces Guardian of the Ancient Kings, and it basically means you can give immunity to damage to your partner for 10 seconds. Pretty broken. Pretty broken. So again, warrior is just applying great consistent burst damage out of the gate. They probably need to pull some rage by attacking, and luckily for me, I can pull holy power ahead of time. So our openers are pretty dirty. And yeah, I mean, why not leave at this point, Hunter? But as it gets into the higher MMRs, it's basically about like baiting someone to use like a big defensive and then applying the right burst. So I basically, as Prot Paladin, have my own Convoke the Spirits. That's what I call. That's what I should call it. I should call it like Convoke the Paladin or something like that, or Convoke the Light. That's what I'm gonna call it. This is gonna be called the Convoke the Light build. I just decided it. Because it's only possible as Prot Kyrian, and it's pretty dirty. And you'll see in some of my other videos from this day that the burst is out of control. So Hodge Repentance, again, I'm controlling the target that is not being focused, and there comes my burst. Just convoked the Paladin to, what was that, 6.5k DPS? So yeah, we forced some defensive there. So that was convoking the Paladin, convoking the Light. And yeah, it works. It really works, as long as the other class that the other DPS class that I run with can do like basically big DPS the whole time. I can bubble myself, I can Queens them, and I can bop them, or I can change bop if it's a double magic class or something like that, or there's like double balance druid. I can switch it to Blessing of Spell Warding, so I can magic immune them, right? So right now he can't die, so he should be just going full crazy on someone right now. I need to put a little thing over his head so I can tell who's who. I'm gonna blow this warlock off the ground here with my divine steed. Look at my divine steed talent. Look how long it lasts. It's still going. That's my PvE. I mean, I have all these conduits from PvE, and they just do obnoxious things. Yeah, so that forced something. They both haven't trinketed yet? What's going on? But, you know, we can tell that this Ret Paladin's having a bad day. Oh, it's a Holy Paladin, my bad. That Holy Paladin, we've burned through all their magic sauce, and thus seals his fate. So yeah, you saw my opener. Hodge Repentance, very common from me, into Convoke the Light, which is big damage. I look a little like I'm dying here, but yeah, nah, we're good. We're to glory too strong. So that wraps it up for this Prot Warrior PvP video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.